Hey guys, Chris Dick here. Today we're going to be moving into part three of our C Sharp tutorials, and we're going to be focusing on math today. And from this, we'll start to branch out into using functions and a few other parts that relate to math, but we're also going to be focusing on the math data type or the math object. So hold tight, we're going to get started. Let's first of all start off by creating our project. So math with variables. And you know what? Let's just do math. Simple, simple, simple. We'll start off that. Once this is ready, we'll get moving. So I'm going to be focusing on the math class a little bit, but I'm also going to be starting off with just adding variables together using integers and other numeric data types to work with it. Okay, so let's get started here. So in our project, we've talked about a few different variables. All right, if we look at an int, that is a whole number. In other words, it's not doesn't have a decimal point. All right, let's just say this. Okay, let's say we assign the number 10 to x. All right, and then we do int y equals 5. If we want to add those two together, we can do this. X plus y. All right, and of course we can use our now famous console.writeLine, and we do this. All right. Now, of course, we learned in our last session that we can format some output. So let's do this. We'll make this a fairly common feature in one of our programs for a little while. So we'll do this x, y, and sum, which simply means that our parameter list, x, which is 10, y, which is 5, sum, which should be 15 if we're all correct. Our x is going to be our 0 parameter. Let's move that over. There we are. Our y is 1. Whoops. 1. And 2 is our sum. Okay. So that means that x equals y equals, so x plus y equals. All right, so this is going to print out x equals 10, y equals 5, x plus y equals 15. All right, let's make sure that our output is in our right line. We'll give it a shot. Play this this application and see what our output is. Okay, so x equals 10, y equals 5, x plus y equals 15. Pretty straightforward so far, right? Okay, now that's pretty easy math. The next step that we can now do is starting to do some multiplication. So let's say mult, we're going to say x times y, right, multiplied by y. I'm going to take this code down here. Now you notice this red underline, okay? This means that it's saying that we can't declare the variable more than once. But we can, however, set the variable again. So we take away string and we're good to go, all right? So here it's going to type out or print out x equals 10, y equals 5, and then we'll do this like that. And then simply that. Okay, so this would create the product of x times y. Okay, now let's run this and we'll see what the answer is. Okay, so we have a totally different answer now, 15 and 50. All right, Now the next step, I'm going to put in yet another one. We're going to do divide. Okay, and we're going to call that variable div. Move that over here. Okay, and we'll just change our format there. So just remember here, just so, as you know, this is just text. It doesn't matter what it says in here. It doesn't affect what the actual calculation is. All this is just a describing thing. I could say x multiplied by y or x divided by y in this case. Okay, we'll run this. Okay, so we're looking pretty good as we go. Okay, and let's, you know what, one thing I did not do is why don't we do subtract, eh? We'll take that down here, take that away, sub, and there we have it. Let's give that a shot. Should have four examples written out, right? So let's see, 10, that would mean 10 minus 5 equals 15. Now something didn't go right. Let's find out. Ah, here it is. Sorry, guys. Right there. Didn't change that. Okay, so let's fix that problem. Sometimes it's just very, very simple things that mess you up. So here's the basic math information right there. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, we also have a math object. Okay, we're going to take these calculations and we're going to move down. So let's do something like let's take something from here. We have a few functions. Let's see. Well, you know what? Let's do the max function here. So that's something like that is kind of interesting. Okay, so max, and that means we do this. Okay, math dot max. Now this function, what it does is it returns the highest number out of two numbers. Okay, this can be fairly useful in a variety of ways, but the key is that there are times when you may need to say, okay, if this number is higher, then use this one. If it's not, then use this one. This would be a good example here. So it's going to look like this. Okay, and then we say the highest number is like that. We'll play that. See what happens. All right, the highest number is blank. We haven't got a number yet, so let's find out why. All right. So what happened there? So we're gonna look at actually what actually went on here. We'll find out if there's a problem with our calculation. We'll go into that function and see if there's perhaps some kind of a issue that we missed out. So far, I think we're pretty good, but let's find out because it could be just something very simple that we're missing here. So I'm gonna debug. All right. Right now we have 10. So so silly right there. Okay. Didn't put my parameter output in. That's simple as that. Okay, there we have it. Okay. Next one, why don't we do the opposite of that? We'll do min. That should return y. The lowest number is. Play that. Now let's take away our debug point. We don't need that on anymore. There we go. And you can see there's a lot of different ways to use this object. And as you can see, there's actually quite a few different variable types or data types that we can use as well. If we look at this list here, we've got a byte data type, a short data type, an integer data type, long, float, double, decimal. And the number sort of gets larger as you go up the ladder. If we look at float and double, these are variables that would allow you to have decimal points. Okay. For example, if you wanted to use money for as a way to store that information, that's how you would transfer around decimal points. Okay. All right. Let's go back through here. We'll see if there's a few other things that we can use fairly easily. Now, the other thing that you can do here is you can also use some of the fields. Pi is an example. So pi would be, traditionally 3.14 with a lot more information after that. But let's just get it to print out what it has for a value of pi. Now pi is a doubled type. If you look at the blue area there, it says double math. Okay, so that means we need to put in our data type as double, and I gotta call that my variable as pi, and I'm gonna put in here the value of pi from the math object is, okay, all right, and we are going to put in pi just like that, right? So let's find out what it says here. Okay, so 3.14159265358979. Okay, and now that we've got that number, we can also use it in a variety of things, like calculating the circumference of circles, things like that. There's quite a few other things, but I'm certainly no mathematician. I'm just going to show you how to use the objects here. This example here uses a huge amount of the functions in the math object. Rounding, for example, asine, acos. Then, of course, they're using the math functions here to get the angles in degrees. Then here you can see they're using the pi object or pi field, things like that. So this is a very good example here that Microsoft has provided there. Okay, so that is it for our math tutorial. We're going to move into objects in our next tutorial, so hang tight and remember to like and share. I really appreciate your help. And click down there and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.